Okay, this email landed in every attendee's inbox 3 minutes after the meeting ended. Now, Derek did not write it. His assistant did not write it. Nobody wrote it. Raw meeting notes went in. This came out automatically. And I'm going to show you how to build it. Okay, so what we are going to have is a scenario, and here is the problem this is going to solve. Every organization has the same meeting disease. Someone calls a meeting, decisions get made, action items get assigned, everyone nods, meeting ends. 3 days later, nobody can remember who owns what. The action items live in one person's notebook. If they took notes at all, the decisions that were made are now being redebated because nobody wrote them down properly. I hope that sounds familiar. This particular automation fixes that permanently. Say Derek submits raw meeting notes through this form. It does not matter how messy they are, incomplete sentences, no punctuation, stream of concussiousness. It genuinely does not matter. Claude reads them, structures them, and emails every attendee a clean summary within 3 minutes. Decisions made, action items with owners and due dates, items noted for the record, next meeting date, every time automatically for modules. So let me show you how. And I'm going to have a scenario which is right here. I'm going to name this scenario um, EfficioLab meeting summary demo. Okay, and as I mentioned, we're going to have 4 modules. This is actually the simplest scenario we have built in this series. Simple does not mean less powerful. It means the problem is well defined. Now, module 1 is watching for Google responses. So we are going to go right here. We're going to click this plus button, and we are going to type Google Forms. If only I can type. And we can see Google Forms right here. And once we're going to have Google Forms, we are going to go for watch responses. Okay. Now, in scenario 1, we used a schedule that runs every Monday at 6 a.m. regardless. In scenario 2, we used search rows to read existing data. This is different. Watch responses is event driven. The moment Derek submits the form, not on a schedule, not every 15 minutes, the moment he hits submit, make.com wakes up and starts processing. That real-time trigger is what makes the 3 minutes turnaround possible. Okay, now we are going to have a Google Sheet, the Google Sheet that is automatically connected to our form, and make.com reads new responses from there. Okay, so Sheet Form Responses 1, that is the default tab Google creates when you connect a form to a spreadsheet. And so we are going to have a limit 1 here. I'm going to go, this is our connection, and I will search for the form, and the document title for the form is this. So let's see if this is going to pick it up. So as you can see, it's searching. It has captured the form ID. Let's double check. Last one is XRUBGD. And you can see it's right here, XRUBGD. So it has captured effectively the sheet. Okay, and I'm going to click all. Okay, from which point do you want to start processing data once your scenario is running? And I'm going to click all and save because I want to capture everything, and I'm going to have save here. Module 2 is where we have to set up multiple variables. Okay, and so I'm going to go here and I will type set multiple variables. Okay, variable 1 is going to be the meeting name, and the answer is going to be the last value is the value that, yeah, okay. And I'm going to go with meeting name here. And then I'm going to add the variable name, and the variable name is going to be and then we're going to have raw meeting notes. And these are the only 2 values that we're going to have here. So now I have 2 clean variables, meeting names and meeting notes. Okay, we are going to go add another module, and this is going to be HTTP module, and we're going to go with make request, and I'm not going to have any authentication here. Okay, here's the URL. The method is going to be the post method. Now, in module 3, Same HTTP setup as the previous two scenarios, right? URL method, 3 headers. If you've built either of those, this is identical plumbing. The difference is what is inside the prompt. In scenario 1, I asked Claude to summarize numbers into a status brief. In scenario 2, I asked Claude to classify a ticket into predefined categories. Both were structured input into structured output. Now, here, I'm going to be giving Claude unstructured, messy, human-written text and asking it to impose a structure on it. That is a harder task. The prompt needs to be more precise about what structure to produce. Okay, so within the body content, I already have this uh, right here. We are going to be selecting JSON, and the body content is right here. Now, within the content, you can see that the model is Claude Sonnet 4. Okay, and max token is 1024. It increased from 512 in the previous scenarios. Meeting summaries are longer. We need more room for Claude to produce all 5 sections completely. The prompt tells Claude 4 things. One, its role. Okay, professional meeting documentation assistant. Claude performs more consistently with a defined role. 2, the inputs, the meeting name and meeting notes, both mapped from the tools. Module variables, not typed, dynamic, okay, and updates automatically every time a new form is submitted. 3, the exact output is structure, 5 sections. Meeting summary, with name, date, and attendees. Decision made as bullets. Action items as bullets with owner name and due date. Items noted for things discussed but not decided. Next meeting date and time. Every section named, every field is specified. 4, the closing line. Generated automatically by EfficioLab. Review before distributing. This is not vanity. This is instruction. It tells Derek to review before forwarding, because Claude occasionally misreads a proper noun. Okay, one more thing that we need to pay attention to is the meeting name here. So as we see, summarize these meeting notes, we need to get these meeting notes and meeting names from here, from our tools. Here are our meeting notes and our meeting names. Now we have to kind of go back and we have to fill these items. Our header 3 is content type, application JSON. Our header 2 is our Anthropic version with the value. The most recent version that I'm using is from 2023. And then you have to get your API key. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video, add my key, and then I'm going to be right back. Once the key is there, you're just going to have to save it and then save it here as well. So that is our module 3. Now we are going to go back and get our module 4, which is the Gmail account. Okay. So for our Gmail, we're just going to have to type it up here, and we're going to say send an email. And I already have the connection established here. So for our subject line, first I'm going to add myself here. I want to make sure I receive it, and you can type as many email as you want. You can keep on adding the recipient here. Our summary is going to be, I already have that here. 3-part summary, meeting summary, then the meeting, I'm going to have the meeting names and all that level of detail. Okay, so meeting summary, I picked the variable meeting name from the tools, and then I said format date now. So whenever the email is going to be delivered, it's going to pick the time. I want the date to be formatted this way. Okay, and then once that is going to be done, we are going to have to go add body type, which is going to be our collection of contents, text, images. I don't want to have raw HTML because then I'm going to have to put the entire HTML code, which is going to take longer. This is relatively easier if I capture the collection of contents. So text 1 is going to be our HTTP 3 data. Now again, I haven't run. We have gone through this in scenario 2. I do not have the content within the data because I have not ran the scenario just yet from the forms and tools and whatnot. So this is not built completely. Once we're going to run it the first time, this is going to fail, at which point in time is going to capture everything from Google Forms to tools, and then we'll see that we have different objects populated under data, just like we have these objects populated under header. So as a placeholder, I'm just going to go and have data in here. I don't think I need anything else here. And then I'm just going to go and save it. Okay, so that's done. What I'm going to do now is I will open the Google form here, and I'm going to go, since I have these two, I will publish this forms. And once the form is going to be published, I will copy it. I will go up here and I will go straight to the form. The meeting name, I'm going to say, is committee. And then these are some of the notes that I captured. And you can see it says IT Steering Committee Monday, May 18th, attending by Derek, Sarah, James, and Linda from Finance, talked about some server migration timeline. Um, Sarah raised concern about backup testing not completed. Derek to follow up with the vendor today. Linda will confirm finance system. Help desk volume up 20%. Budget approval for new monitoring tools still pending from CFO. James to send a reminder email to CFO by end of the day. And I will submit. And now we'll see over here that this has got an entry into our spreadsheet. And so now we are going to go back to our make.com scenario. We'll save the damn thing. All right, so we are going to run it. Let me run it. We got all the modules set up. Let's save it again and then run it. Let's see what happens. The scenario is running, is going over here. And I think what happened here, I'm going to have to go back and I'm going to have to click this, choose where to start. I'm going to start all. And there we go, all completed. I'm gonna go back to my email, refresh it, and you can see that we have all the details here. Meeting summary, meeting IT steering committee, Monday, May 18th. Attendees are Derek, Sarah, James, Linda from finance, the decision made, action items and items noted, um, all of that. Next meeting, May 25th at 10 a.m. And you can see down here, it's got generated automatically by EfficioLab AI, what have you. Let's go back and think about um, honest assessment. Going back to the email. So what Claude got right, the structure is perfect. Every decision captured, every action item has an owner and a due date. Um, Items noted correctly, separated from decisions. Again, as I mentioned, the next meeting date is here. Now, what to watch out for? Proper nouns, names, project names, tool names. Claude reads them from messy handwriting style notes and occasionally gets a name slightly wrong. Derek reads the action item section before the email goes to his actual team, fixes anything that needs fixing. That scan takes 30 seconds. The alternative is Derek writing this up himself, which could take 15, 30, 45 minutes, depending on how busy Derek could be or might be. Um, so basically, that means half his team never gets the summary because, a lot of time people run out of time or forget. 30 seconds reviewing an automatically generated summary, that is the trade. So from here, I'm going to go to our YouTube channel. Okay, so the scenario 3 is in a series we are building at EfficioLab. Our scenario 1, let me just go back here. Let's take a look. And so we had a scenario 1, which is right here. And in this scenario, we automated weekly IT health report, data pulled, summarized, email before you open your laptop Monday morning. Scenario 2 is right here, which is automated help desk ticket triage. AI reads every ticket, classifies urgency, routes to the right team, escalates critical and high by email. And scenario 3, which we just created right here, it basically summarizes all the meeting notes. All three are linked in the description. All three use the same tools, make.com, Claude API, Gmail, and all three are free to start. Now, make.com would let you start your scenarios and your automation. Just one scenario, I think it's free tier. If you want to understand the AI concept behind what we are building, what an API actually is, how tokens work, what makes a prompt produce consistent results. We have a free cheat sheet, 10 concept, plain English, link is in the description. And if you want 20 concept with the real example and one action step per concept, the field guide is $7. That is also in description. I will try to come up with a scenario for next week. Please feel free to drop comments. Let me know what type of AI automation you'd like. That is essentially the goal at EfficioLab. Um, where we try to build once and automate forever. There are a lot of, uniqueness that you can continue doing in your current job, in your lifestyle, where things are completely automated. That said, appreciate everybody watching it. Please continue to subscribe, grow the channel. We have a complete set of pipeline where we are going to be talking about difficult concept and try to make it where it makes sense to everybody, a population at large. The next series after I'm going to be done with the AI, artificial intelligence, and automation, we'll be talking about machine learning. So continue, support the channel, subscribe to the channel, let the channel grow so I can come up with all different type of contents, go through these videos where we can actually build something together, which is going to be functional for you. Allow me the opportunity to learn from you all at the same time, and together we can grow. Until next time, take care of yourself, subscribe, upward and onward.